Okay. So, hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. And as I have told you, today we're going to learn how numbers and operators work in Python. Okay. So, before I'm starting with number and operators, we have we need to clear one thing first, that is comment. Okay. So, comment is something when I write comment when you write hash and something in front of it. Let's suppose I have written technical Anu. Okay. When you write hash and something in front of it, it is called as comment. Comment is also which is something non-executable. Okay. So when I write this technical Anu, okay, this is not executable in my system. So to prevent certain execution, we use comment. Let's suppose I have written comment and I want my program to be read by someone else. Okay, so I use comment over there. Okay, so let's suppose as soon see now over here I have written print hello. Okay, and when I run this, you can see uh, hello got printed over here, right? As soon as I write print hello, it is get printed. But when you like add comment into it, okay, when I just add this hash into it, and when I run this again, you can see nothing got execute. So this is all about comment. I hope you understand what is comment. Okay, so when I write this hash and something in front of it in one line, so that is a single line comment. Okay, and if I say that if I want to write in comment in multi lines, so for multi line, you need to use this three quotations. Okay. And under this three quotation, I can write that this is a multi line comment. Okay. So you can write anything you want. Like in between, I'll write technical and okay. So if I want to write something in paragraph, I can write it by using a three quotation. So this is a multi-line comment, and this particular hash, when we use hash, this is a single line comment. So this is all about comment. Okay. Now I hope you understand comment. Now if I want, now we're going to learn about numbers. Okay. So there are basically, let me remove this first. Okay, so there are basically, if I talk about numbers, there are basically three types of numbers in Python. First of all, we have int, okay, then we have float, okay, and then we have complex, okay. So int is basically an integer value. Okay, so what is integer value? Value is a whole number which can either be a negative or a positive, right? And if I talk about float value, float is basically a decimal value. It is also it can either be a negative whole number or a positive, but if it is containing a decimal number, then it is called as a float numeric value. Okay, and if I talk about complex, oh, and if I talk about complex is basically an imaginary number. Okay, let's suppose I have taken x is equals to 1. X is equals to 1. Now, this is an integer. Okay. And I have taken, let's suppose I have taken y is equals to 2.0. This is basically a float. Okay. And let's suppose I have taken z is equals to 1j. Okay. It can be 1 only, so you'll better understand this. And now z is equals to 1j, that is a complex. Now you can see it is a 1, it is an integer. So it is an integer numeric value. Now this value contains a decimal number. So this is a float. And if I talk about this 1j, j is nothing, it is basically an imaginary part. Like when you take a negative in root, so it goes in a negative number, right? So this is 1j is a imaginary value. Okay. So, but we can have like, if you like guys don't believe me that these are the like this x is equals to 1, it is an integer or it is a float, it is a complex, we can also check this in Python. How can we know that the particular value is of which type? We can do it by using, let's suppose I have written print. Okay. And then we can use it by writing a type function. So if I write type of x, I want to know the type of this particular value. And if I write type of y, okay, uh, type of y, and then I'll write print type of z, okay, as I mentioned z over here. So now when I run this and see, you'll get the result integer, float, and complex, which means x is equals to 1, which I have mentioned before, that is an integer value. X is equals to 1.0, that I mentioned in second part, that is a float value, and 1j is a complex number. So if you guys don't believe me, you can also check by putting numbers and function type like this. Okay. So, how I am assigning this value, that how I'm taking this x variable and assigning one value to it, how I'm taking this 5 variable, assigning this value to it, we learn everything afterwards in our next videos. But just to make you guys clear what how the integer, float value, and complex number work basically. Okay. So now like there is one more thing in Python, that is if I want to convert one numeric value to another numeric value, you can also convert, like you can also convert a number from integer to float or any number to other numeric value. How can we do this? Like for example, let's suppose I have taken now another variable, that is a. Okay, and now what I'll store in a will store, I want to convert x. You have seen that x is integer, right? Now I want to convert x into float, so I'll write float and then x under this. Okay. And then over here I'll take b. Now I want to convert this float y into an integer. Okay, so now I want to convert a complex, a integer, that is x, into a complex. Okay. And now what I want to print everything. Now I'll just remove this. Okay. Yes. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to print a, and accordingly I'll print b and c also. Okay. So now I'm going to print b and the c. Now when I run this, now you can see my x is equals to 1, which is an integer. It is converted into a float. Okay. And now my y, which is 1.0, a float value, it is converted into a 1. That is a integer. As I have mentioned that b is equals to int y, which means I am converting the y, that is a float value, into an integer. Okay, so whatever you want to convert, you just need to put it in a bracket, and in which form you want to convert, just write that particular form before the brackets. Okay. So like this, you can convert one number to another number. So we can check the type of the number and we can also convert the number. So this is how the numbers work in Python. Okay. Apart from numbers, now we're going to learn what is operator. I believe that operators you all are already heard. Operators is a symbol that tells the compiler to perform some mathematical or logical functions. Okay. So in Python language, rich in inbuilt operators and provide the following types of operators. There are several types of operators. So operators is nothing we do, nothing we need to worry about. They're just the sign which will do, which do basically a mathematical or the logical operations. Okay. So now I'm going to, like, let's suppose I'll take int a is equals to 10. Okay, and b is equals to 20, and you can see that is a integer value. Okay, now if I write like this, print a, and if I write like this, print b, print b. Okay, what will happen? You guys knows what will happen. It will print 10 and 20 for me, right? As a having a value 10 and b having a value 22, it will print 10 and 20 for me. Okay, but now if I talk about operator, so firstly we have a addition operator. We have a if I want something to get added, okay, if I want two values to get added, we have the plus operator. Okay, so if I write, let's suppose I have taken this a is equals to 10 and b is equals to 20, and now I'm going to take x is equals to a plus b. I'm taking another variable, and now I'm performing a is equals to b in this. Okay, and if I write a is equals to b, and I'll just, now what I am going to do, I'm going to print x only. Okay, and when I'll run this, you can see 30 got printed. So this plus is basically an addition operator which we perform in Python to add two values. This will give you the result. If you can see a plus b, which means 10 plus 20, if I print which has been stored in x. Okay, and now when I write print x, now x is which is equals to 30 got printed. Okay, so this is a plus operator. If this plus sign is a plus operator, you guys all knows, you have done mathematics in class 6 and 7. Okay, so this is a plus. If I use the minus sign, okay, this minus sign is basically a subtraction operator. Okay, so which means if I like 10, if I write 10 minus 20, it will give me the result of minus 10. Okay, you can take any value you want, it's according to your choice, and you can see it will give me the result 80 now. Okay, a minus b, which is an 80. Now this is a subtraction sign. Okay, so let me also write, like, what we have learned. We have learned addition operator. We have learned subtraction. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you the division sign. Okay. Division sign, when in uh, if I talk about in programming language, we always use a division sign is backslash. This backslash you can find in your keyboard on the right side, and when you use this basically divide one value to another value. You can see if I divide this by this, I'll get the result 5.0. Okay, so this is a division sign which we use in Python. Then we have modulus operator. Now this is something very interesting. If I write, okay, this is something very interesting. Modulus, if I talk about modulus, first of all, we use the sign that is of percentage sign. Modulus is basically which will give you a remainder value. Okay, when you divide something to some, when you divide one value to another value, and whatever the remainder is giving you out over there, that particular value is a modulus. If I want to find a remainder of a division value, then as you can see, if I divide this, if I divide 100 by 20, no remainder will be there, right? Now, if I divide 45, okay, by 20, okay, when I run this, you can see the remainder is 5. So this will basically give you a remainder value. This modulus has this percentage sign. Okay, so now if I talk about, we have learned modulus. Now we have one more thing, that is exponential. Okay, so exponential value is something when I talk about the power. Okay, if I say that, if I say I'll take a less value, I'll say a is 2. okay, and b is 20. So if I want to do exponential, I'll take two stars. Okay, this two stars is basically means a exponential. Okay, sorry, these two. Okay, so these two, when I write these two stars, this basically means a exponential, which means some power, which means a raised to b. Okay, if I write a, then this sign, then b, which means a raised to b, which means a is a value which is having a power b. So over here, 2 is a value which is having a power 20 in it. Okay, and when I run this, see, it will give me it will give me this particular long value. Okay, so I can give you a small value. I can, like, let's suppose 2 to the power 2. Okay, which means 2 raise b. Okay, so when I run this, you can see 4 is coming as a result. So this is a particular, if I want to find some value as in power of something, then I can use this exponential sign. Apart from this exponential, okay, we have one more thing in as an operator, that is basically a floor division. So when I use double slash two times, okay, that is one more thing, that is a floor division. Okay, so when I use double slash two times, this basically, which means a floor division, which is dividing one number by another number, then rounding the result to the closest integer, that is smaller. Okay, you understand? It means that I'm taking one number which will be divided by another number, as we have using the this particular one actually as showing for division also, right? So I'm taking two out over here. It is dividing the value, but apart from dividing, it is also the rounding of the result to the closest integer. Okay, that is a smaller. Let's suppose I have taken um, I have taken 78 out over there, okay? And when I run this, see, it has given me the rounded value. It will come, the result must be having some decimal value, but it has rounded off the value. So the closest small, okay, so it has given me the closest and smallest integer value as in result. So this is all about the operators which we use in Python. There are addition, subtraction, division, modulus, exponential, floor division. Okay, these are the type of operators. And we have also learned numbers like integer, complex, and float. We have also learned about comment. Okay, so this is your homework. Like, you can just make the practice at your just you can do the practice at your home by using a different numbers, and you have to do all the operators again which I have mentioned. Okay, you need to do it again and again so that you'll get a better understanding about it. Okay, so in our next video we're going to learn what are errors and how many types of errors we face in Python. Okay, so thank you everyone. Thank you.